Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Classic Video Games back with another cool pinball repair video for you today. We have been working on this machine, Bride of Pinbot pinball machine that a customer brought us. And he's been wanting us to do a lot of things on it. We've been working through. On our last video, we did a bunch of touch-up on the playfield and did some clear coat work on it. And it looks a heck of a lot better than it did after doing that. So we're to the point now where, as you can see, most of the playfield has been torn down, but we're about ready to put it all back together. So we're going to slowly put it back and try to make everything as nice as we can as we go. So one of the things that he wants us to do is put LEDs in it. Now, we never LED anything. Hardly ever. But we've done a few games in LEDs. I think we had a Xenon that we did LEDs in, and my whole thing on it is I just don't like the way they look in some games. But on a game like this, it's got like a robot vibe to it. LEDs are going to look pretty cool. So we're going to do that. So we've bought a bunch of LEDs. We're going to try swapping them out, see what it looks like before and after. So the first thing I think that we'll do is maybe just get the back box out of the way, because it'll be the easiest. And then we'll start working on the playfield, putting LEDs in and putting it back together. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. And then plus that will help me decide if some of these bulbs are just burnt out or what the deal is. But we'll do kind of like a before and after. So here's our before on the back box. Maybe I should turn the lights out so we can see it a little better. What do you think? It's kind of bright out, so I don't know. So that's what we're starting with. Looks a little dim, a little yellowed, but I don't really mind the yellow, you know, kind of warm look. But we're going to see if we can make it look a lot better. So let me pull that back translight off of there, and we'll see how the panel board looks with the lights on it. Okay, so that's the original panel board. You can see a bunch of the lights are burnt out. Whole thing looks a little dark, dingy, and tired. So we're going to swap in brand new LEDs and see if we can get that looking much better. I'm also going to try to clean up some of this smoke damage. I don't know if that'll clean up or not, but we'll see. And then I've also got flashers, so we can put them in. I think a bunch of those are not even working. And the insert in the middle is the lights on her leg on the translite. So I think we're going to do all of these in like a cool white, and we're actually going to do these in like a warm white, just so it looks slightly different. You can color match all of those inserts too, but they kind of go from yellow to red, so I think I'm just going to do them all warm white and see how that looks. On the playfield, of course, we're going to color match all the inserts. So let me see what we got. I ordered a bunch of LEDs, and we'll see. Now, people, there's 50 different types of LEDs. If you have your favorite kind that's so much better than the ones I got, that's cool. And you can leave your comment down below, but if the comment is, "Oh, you're stupid for buying those," then I'm going to have to respond to you in a rude way. And I don't want to do that. So don't be rude, people. Right? Well, let me see what LEDs we've got, and we'll start popping them in there and see what the difference is. All right, folks, we got a whole bag of LED bulbs. These are the Pinball Life. Cool white, warm white, I don't know. We got a whole bunch of them. Those must be blue. These are probably green. I'll bet these are red. Alright, so I'm going to put them in the back box first, and we'll see how that goes. If I get some that don't come on after we replace them, we'll see if we can figure out the socket. But let me swap them out, and then we'll see what we're starting with. Okay, so that's with new cool white in the general illumination ones. And then I've got warm white in here just so it looks a little different. And then also new LED flashers. There's a red one in here. The other ones are cool white. they're flickering a little bit, but it's not because of ghosting or anything like that. All of them are. There's something on the power supply that's got a little ripple in it, so the old ones are too. We'll have to look into that. But you can see the difference between the cool white and the warm white is pretty dramatic. Of course, those are incandescent, but... So, let's see if she'll talk to us. The ones that are out don't light up except for certain times. They're... Yeah, so see how they're twinkling a little bit and stuff? And you can see how that is a cool white LED. See, these are actually working. It's just they don't always work because it's meant to twinkle a little bit. So we're actually done with the ones in the back box. I need to put the translate on those so we can see what it looks like with the artwork on it. All right, I think that looks pretty good. I like it. I think the warm ones in her in the inserts match the yellow a little better. You can get yellow LEDs too, but the warm ones themselves are yellow, and it kind of, the yellow ones usually aren't very bright. So I think that looks pretty good though. All right, so we're going to move on to the Playfield, which a bunch of them are burnt out, and they're still the warm. We'll go with more of the cool and see how that works out. So that's next. Okay folks, so I waxed it all up. If you haven't seen the other videos, basically we've been doing all kinds of repair on this thing, but I've got a good coat of wax on it, and then took all those old bulbs out that just got wax all over them for the general illumination. We're going to put some nice cool white ones in, but I want to mess with the LEDs under the Playfield, especially since some of them aren't even working. They're not LEDs yet, but they will be. So we're going to lift the Playfield up and swap them out. I'm going to try to color match them to the inserts. So the inserts that are red will get red ones, and green will get green ones, and all of that. And we'll see how it ends up. I think it'll look a lot better than it does now. And then we'll put the cool white GI in as well and see how much that improves it. But we got it nice and waxed at least, so that's the next step on it. So let me prop it up, and then one by one I'm going to go through and replace them, and we'll see how much better it looks. So this is what we're starting with. Let me turn off the lights so we can get a good view of it. With the incandescents. I took all the GI bulbs out, obviously. Alright. Alright folks, we got them all swapped out. Looks pretty good actually. We gotta get some different flashers, I think. Some of them ain't quite right, but looking nice. I've got these little 4 I gotta do up here too though, underneath the DMD. I mean the display. But pretty good. Alright, so let's see what the light's out. Looking pretty good, even without the GI on the Playfield. We haven't even made a topper for it yet or anything. Might make her eyes warm instead of cool, because the whole object is to turn her into a real woman. So make her look more human with a warm white in there maybe. But yeah, we're getting there. So I got a couple, need to start putting the ramps and things on, and putting the bulbs in some of those too, and plastics on, and all the GI and all of that. And then I got these ones on the back. Let me swap those 4 out real quick. All right, so there was a couple flashers in the back box that weren't working right too, because the sockets needed a little work. They used insulation displacement connector sockets on the back box, and so sometimes they act up a little bit. But we got it looking good. Check it out. Boy, that's a lot of flashers. So yeah, looking good so far. Okay, so I want to put the 4 in. So GI time. The pop bumpers we have, again, we're doing this for a customer, so we're doing what he wants in them, right? And he's got some some little red LEDs that move for the pop bumpers. So we're going to see about that. Okay, so we got all of the GI lights in. We actually ordered the wrong ones, so we ended up getting the right ones from Comet because we needed to order the Comet spinning LEDs that he wanted for the pop bumpers. I think they actually look pretty cool. It's like a little illusion they get that it does. The things don't actually move. So one of them stays red, and then the one below it there is red, the one to the left is yellow, and the one on the top is white. And so they kind of, by turning them on and off, it just kind of makes it look like it's spinning around. But it's actually not. Okay, so we're going to slowly start putting the playfield back together. I don't even know if we'll be able to finish all that in this video, but it does look pretty good with the LEDs, I must confess. You know, I'm not really a big LED fan, but on certain, like the more modern the machine, the better they look. That's my opinion. So, you know, this is a very kind of tech-looking game, you know, because it's a robot. So it works perfect. Good fit with the theme. Okay, so we're slowly going to start putting it all back together. I have all of the stuff under the game in the place that it's supposed to be. So I'm going to start pulling it out piece by piece, and we'll put it back on there. So first up, let's see about the pop bumper caps. Pretty cool. I like it on certain games. This is a good time to point something out too. If you look real close, these plastic tops are not perfect. They've got a couple little slightly melted marks in the middle and stuff like that. So this is a good example of something that you could replace that, and you can buy those brand new. That's $3 or $4 for each one. But you're going to be able to say that about everything in the machine, you know. So yeah, you could replace those for just a few bucks, but you could replace the screws on it too if you wanted, and you could replace these posts that are a little worn, and you can replace all this that's a little worn, and you can replace all the light sockets that are not quite right, and one of these switches has a little rust on it. You can replace that. You can nickel and dime yourself to death on some of these. If you've got one that basically is never going to look perfect, it's never going to look brand new, you don't have to replace every little thing, folks. Like you see, there's a little bit of wear under it that we touched up. You know, it's never going to look exactly brand new. So if there's little imperfections on stuff, save yourself the money. That's how I see it, at least. And the customer doesn't want to spend extra money on every little possible thing we can, so we're going to leave it. I think they look pretty good. Okay, so we're going to start putting all of the playfield stuff back on, and we've got we're going to use gray rings because we thought they'd look kind of cool. So let me get those, and I'll show you what we're looking at, and then we'll start putting a few of them on, start putting some of these posts back, and see what we can repopulate. So here's our ring kit. We got this from Titan Pinball. They make really cool stuff. They have like kits for pretty much everything, and they're all user-submitted kits. So we basically took somebody's user-submitted kit and just changed it to where everything was gray, because they make a bunch of different colors of rings. This is another area that I'm not, you know, when I do rings, I always do white rings. I just think it looks real clean. I like them like that. But, again, it's the customer's machine, and, you know, I can see on certain machines you might want different colored rings, so that's what we're going to do, and it's going to look great. Now, when you're doing one of these, if you're trying to figure out where the rings go, if you look in the manual, usually it shows you. But there can be errors. Sometimes the manual doesn't know what they're talking about. So you just have to figure that out when you run into it. So, I'm going to put a couple on up here and a couple of the posts in that go in. By the way, what I was doing whenever I went away was we take every little part after we take it off and clean it individually and then put it back on. So I cleaned the tops with just Windex, used a paper towel and Windex and just cleaned them as best I could, got them nice and looking clean and good and clear and all that. And I do that with every little post. So a lot of times we'll do a video that's like a time lapse of us putting everything back on the playfield, but this playfield is so complex it would end up being like several hours of video that I'd have to speed through for you. But instead of all that, we're just going to show you a couple of the things as we go. So posts are another place where you could buy brand new posts if you wanted to, but we're going to use the old ones. So I'm going to clean them up a little bit, look in the manual, make sure I know where everything goes, and we'll start putting it back in with our new gray rings and see how that looks. Okay, folks, so the first little bit's going on. Got a couple of the guides in. Starting to see a little better how it's going to look with a lot of the stuff that we didn't do touch-up paint on covered up. Very cool. The guides clean up real good with a magic eraser to get the dirt and trails and stuff off of them. And then the gray rings are going in. Getting there. Looking cool. So I'm going to keep working through it. And we'll see how good we can get her to look. The gray posts look nice. I think it'll look good gray whenever we get it done. Slowly, slowly, slowly getting a little more of it back. As I'm going, I'm running into certain things that need to be replaced. Like there's little red domes that go over that were cracked, so we're going to have to get new ones of those. Like, it wasn't like these up here where it's just a little wear. There was like the tabs were cracked off of it. So I'm making a little list of stuff to order as I go, but it's getting there. So I'm going to keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. So here are the ramps. You can see that they're cracked up a little bit. There and there. They've had their issues, right? And then this one, this is all cracked away. This is pretty cracked up. These plastic ramps, they just get beat up pretty bad. So, the guy that we were fixing this for has sprung for brand new ramps from Starship Fantasy. StarshipFantasy.com. What a great name, right? And they come with all of the decals to replace it and make it look how it's supposed to look. So it takes a little while though to swap these things because you got to take all the old stuff off, clean it, and put it on the new one. So that's what I'm going to do. And then we'll take these old ramps and put them in the box, and he can hang on to them in case he needs them or be extras or something. Maybe somebody will need them someday. But that's where we're at. So I'm going to slowly swap all this stuff over, and I'll show you what this left one looks like after we get it right. It looks like they put the decal on the bottom of the ramp. That's kind of smart. I'll show you what it looks like when we get this one swapped, and then we'll do the other one. I think that one's called the heartbeat one, I think. Okay, so I gotta just unscrew everything, clean it, and put it on the new one, and let's see how it looks. Okay, folks, so we got it swapped over. It's looking pretty good. This one you actually had to unsolder some wires to put them through the holes in the ramp to get them back up where they go. And there's a coil down below to lift up this diverter so the ball can go through there or not, depending on what it wants to do. It's cool. Looks pretty good. I like it. Everything seemed pretty much identical to this one. So I think it will go right in the machine. So I'm going to go see if we can mount it on there, and then we'll do the other one. Okay, folks, here is the new one. Very nice. Ooh, not so nice. Very nice. Ooh, not so nice. Okay, so I'm gonna go pop it in the game, put a little bit of trim on it that it needs, and then we'll see how they look installed. Okay, folks, so we got a lot of it together. We've still got all kinds of little minor stuff we've got to do to it, though, and then some major stuff too. So we'll do some more videos showing you. But there is a gate that goes right here that was on it, but it's the wrong one. It needs to have a little. It needs to be able to swing this switch up so that you can tell, so that it can tell that the ball went up there. So we don't have that gate. And it still plays kind of clunky. We need a little bit of adjustments. Like these aren't, the kickers aren't kicking very well. Got to adjust the switches on that and clean them. There's a gate up at the top, up here, above the head, to stop the ball from coming into the Pinbot playfield and drop it into the bride. But that gate isn't working right. I got to figure out what's going on with that. I think it's just adjusted wrong. There's like a spring on it that makes it do its thing. The flippers are pretty good now. I did take the springs off. Everybody was saying there shouldn't be 2 sets of springs on it, so I looked all that up. And yeah, I don't know how that happened, but we took off a set of the springs, so they're a lot stronger now. The LEDs came out pretty good. Everything looks good. We've got like a trough lighting kit here that's lit up the trough area too. That's pretty cool. Little LED tape that does that. It's pretty sweet. Got LEDs on everything. LEDs. Got LEDs on everything. Got the new ramps in and all of that. So I'll play a game or two. You can just see it plays good, but I'm still adjusting stuff, right? And then after this, we're going to do the side art. So look for that video. See how it went to the Pinbot playfield? I'm not sure it's supposed to do that. I think it was supposed to divert to the bride. And there's no switch there. Oop. Oh, I forgot to hit the button. Whoa, whoa. Oh, ah, grip. I feel like I'm getting a suntan. We didn't get to hear her talk. Whoop, bop, whoop. It has some nice little shots in it. Whoa, whoa. Nope. Oop. They slid it right past me. No. Oh. Oh no. That didn't work. Whoop, whoop. Extra ball. So we'll cheat. It's supposed to drop in the face, right? She said, I can speak. And Pinbot said, oh no. Oop. Yeah, I gotta fix that diverter. Okay, we're gonna cheat again. Here we go. Oh. I can't even cheat right. We're gonna catch it. Gotcha. Knock. Abort. Abort. We didn't go all the way. Too far. We went too far, people. Nope. Come on. If the soundboard will let me, I'm going to make the call-outs louder. I don't know if you can backhand that or not. It really cripples you not having that diverter. Ah, too much. That didn't last long. Nope. Not quite enough. I saved it. What do you mean, oh no? I saved it. We gotta cheat harder. Must cheat harder. Yeah. I got a free game, but I was cheating. It doesn't count if you're cheating. She turned back. I didn't have it set up. Oh well, there we go. She's turning back. All right, so that's how the playfield's turned out so far. We got to keep tinkering with it. Still got lots of little minor issues like that diverter and, you know, just little things here and there. You got to play it a while and catch all the little stuff. So we'll keep messing with it, and we're going to do the side art next, so that'll be fun. So make sure to leave your comments down below. Give us a thumbs up for taking the trouble to film it for you. And make sure to check out my brother Donnie if you don't know about that. My brother Donnie's literally my brother here on YouTube. He's got his own channel, and we're always doing something crazy over there on his channel too, so go check that out. And we'd like to thank everybody that's been using our Amazon links. If you're going to buy anything on Amazon, there is a link down below. If you follow our link, it gives us a tip for sending you there. So we appreciate that to everybody who's been buying all their stuff on Amazon through our link. We appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you on the next Bride of Pinbot video.